What's up, Firebirds? I told you I'd be here. So, because this is a new channel, I thought I would very quickly, as quickly as I can, go through the intro pack again, from start, and properly do it the way it was supposed to be done in the first place 2 years ago. So, my name is Aiden, spelled A-I-D-E-N. It has been used in video games such as Beyond Two Souls as the name of the soul that Jodie Holmes, portrayed by the lovely Ellen Page, who coincidentally portrayed my favourite X-Man of Shadowcat. So, you know, just saying. And it's also been used in Watch Dogs as the name of the playable character who is the hacker. That is to the extent of my knowledge. They're the only Aidens in video games. I'm not entirely sure about films and books because I obviously haven't come across it yet in a film or a book. And I obviously get called like Hayden and Adrian all the time. So I've just become used to being called that. But my name is Aiden, and obviously I'll answer you. Among other things, I have nicknames that have nothing to do with that, such as I get called Screw. That is a story of its own. I get called Luigi, again, another one all of its own. Technically has two origins, when I think about it. I get called... I'm trying to think now. I get called Blue because of my channel Bluefire. A couple of my friends started calling me Blue. And yeah, so they're like the main three anyway. There's obviously like other ones around the place, like I get my initials AJ, I get a whole heap of things. People just like to find a way around not saying my name. In mythology, there is a secondary name for Hades, as it says at the top here. In that first line it says, for the Greek god who sometimes went by this name, see Hades. And then that paragraph just basically has the myths pertaining to Hades and Persephone in like a paragraph form, just to try and, because apparently there was an actual Aidoneus who is seen as an actual like mortal king, and that isn't Hades. And so there's a whole heap of stuff involved in that. The reason I point that out is to explain why this channel is called Hellfire, as you can see at the top of the page. It's called Hellfire because my name is Gaelic / Celtic and means either fiery or little fire, and obviously I can relate it to the god of the underworld, which we all know is Hell. I've spelled it with one L to kind of also interrelate into like Norse mythology, because that kind of interests me. The only mythology that doesn't really interest me too much is Roman mythology, because let's be honest, Roman mythology is just Greek mythology with different names. There's only one myth that I can think of from Roman mythology, and I've done that much research on like Greek myths and stuff, as far as wanting to like do like scripts and stuff, write stories and stuff based in time and all that kind of thing, to know that the story of Romulus and Remus can be related back to Greek mythology anyway. So, I mean, the god of fire, Hephaestus, who is also a metalsmithing god. That's an important detail for later on in the video. His forge is supposedly in Mount Etna in, I believe it's Sicily, which is part of Italy anyway. Which I studied Italian for 6 years, so things connect all the time. Let's just be honest. You could say that it's like a little conspiracy if you wanted to. I like to, because it makes me feel special, but it's just things connecting like the world does all the time. So that's that. What was I looking at on this one before? Nothing. Okay. Quickly look up some the fire symbolism. There we are. Okay. So we ended up only using that one and that one. Yeah. Cool. So fire is one of the 4 classical elements in ancient Greek philosophy and science. In science, it relates to and I think I might have mentioned this in my Log-A-Day video, but it relates to the state of matter known as plasma, which is what fire is made of, and it's also like the state of matter for like electricity and that kind of thing. So it's basically just charged energy, I guess, which would therefore mean that in like superhero films and stuff, energy blasts would be incredibly hot because they'd all be plasma blasts as well, just for that state of matter. Anyway, it's commonly associated with the qualities of energy, assertiveness, and passion. Film is one of my passion, so is Greek mythology. We have 2 of my passions right here, and then it says that we're associated with that. Other things that it relates to, because obviously you've got there going into the colour red, which is part of the Chinese thing with fire. I'll